Hi everyone, welcome back to Coronal Blossom, Volume 2, Episode 5. So unfortunately for Episode 4, it was pretty much all about titties. So first, Keiji was hoping to meet Lily and Yunie at the maid cafe and figure out ideas about how to get Arne back home. But instead, he meets Shino, who is dressed in a maid uniform that's too small for her. And despite the embarrassment, I feel that Shino's trying to attract Keiji in some way. And then, number 2, so later that night, Shino had a welcome party, and the conversation went from Lily being the captain or leader who orders the underlings to do what she wants, going to Lily being a bad cook, going to Lily's poor diet. So because Lily can't cook good food, she ends up resorting to sweets and rations. And then it's like, well, despite Lily's poor nutrition, she still has a nice body. And then the conversation ended with, the bigger your bust, the more valuable you are. With the girls wondering who Keiji sees as being the most valuable. And now that all that welcome party, all that jealousy, concern, fear has come to an end, let's see what happens next. So after that, things finally calmed down, and I wonder, was it just my imagination, or was Shino-san usually persistent in her questioning of my preferences? So we can see some hints of Shino trying to attract Keiji. And I'm sure the welcome party food is way more than Lily's poor diet of sweets and rations. And could you please not say such depressing things while you rub your belly? So having finished her dinner, Lily is completely making herself at home and soaking in the relaxed atmosphere. She looks as if she might stretch out and fall asleep on the spot at any moment now. And once again, Shino being the friendly, kind person as usual. Really? So I can come anytime I want, so if I'm hungry, I'll just stop by the Shino's home and... Well, Shino doesn't mind. Okay, I understand. Special. So I don't think Lily had anything special or experienced anything special in her life. So what's wrong, Lily? And when I address Lily, who is just about to lie down, she stares over Arne and says, Oh, sorry, I went too fast. So I wonder if you're still upset about us trying to kidnap you and sell you for money. Wait, so what are you talking about? But I still feel bad for what I did earlier. So a tense atmosphere gradually pervades the room. And Lily's eyes are bully those of a pirate captain, unlike a few moments ago. And this must be very important to her.
私たちは町の奴らには罪を償っている。だが、あんたには何もしてない。答えてくれ、アルネ。あんたは一番に私たちを断罪できる。なのに、あんたはいつまで経っても何もしない。まるでもともと何もなかったように。
So I wonder, Arne, do you forgive us?
あんたは私を許したのか？それともまだ許してないのか？
There you go.
よくわからない。
I don't know.
じゃあ何もしないのはシノに仲良くするように言われたからか？
So how do you feel? So it seems that you're trying to obey what Shino wants you to say.
リリはリリ、アルネはアルネ。お互いに目的が違う。だから仕方ない。そういうことか？リリは自分のために一番だと思うことをした。アルネはそれを悪いとは思わない。だからって私はあんたを物扱いして売ろうとした。分かってる。いや、分かってない。自分がどうなってたか分かってないだろ。分かってた。あのままならきっとアルネは誰にも会えなくなってた。それは悲しい。そう思った。だから怒ってない。ただ悲しいって思っただけ。けどみんなが助けてくれた。
That's true.
みんな？リリもユニーも。
Including you two.
刑事様たちだけではなく私たちもですか？話し合って新しい道を見つけてくれた。リリたちは宇宙に帰りたいのに我慢してくれた。
So I like how Arne mentions that, well, we have the same goal, so we both want to go back to space. So for Lily, it's like, well, I'm hoping to make some money to repair my spaceship and be able to go back home.
刑事たちはアルネを故郷に返すって約束覚えててくれた。ならお礼を言うのはアルネ。ありがとうみんな。アルネを
Well, so her eyes drift as if she searches for the right words to express her feelings, and she finds them.
ありがとう。アルネを諦めないでいてくれて。
Well, Arne?
金属娘。あんた。
Well, it's only natural what we did.
だからありがとうなの。アルネちゃん、こっちこそありがとうだよ。なに、シノ。
So what is it, Shino?
悪かった、金属娘。いや、アルネ。この通りだ。許してくれ。リリー、また同じこと言ってる。
Well, the things that Arne hasn't given Lily the assurance that, well, I do forgive you.
ねえ、ケイジ。なんか、アルネもいつの間にか成長したというか、なんというか、だね。
How about gathering your thoughts before you speak?
なんか嬉しくって。
Well, I get how you feel.
ほんと、 らないうちにあの子もすっかり大きくなって、ほろり。
Hey, don't make it sound like we're her parents. But then again, they kind of are acting like the parents.
でさ、水を差すようなことは言いたくないんだけど。
What?
いい場面なんだろうけど、みんなミートスパゲッティのソースが襟首に飛びまくってるんだよね。
Well, I just managed to forget about that. Do you really need to point it out again? So they ate so happy and crazily that sauce splashed everywhere. And it's true, Arne and Lily making a giant mess, scarfing down pasta like they are in a competition.
さて、じゃあお互いにしこりがなくなったところでお風呂に入ろっか。アル
So,
ネちゃんもリリちゃんも汚れちゃってるし。
so if there's one thing that Lily has changed for the better from episode 1, it's that Lily starts to realize that Arne is not just a lump of precious metal. She has a mind and a soul, and Lily feels sorry for all the things that she did to Arne and is hoping that Arne will 100% forgive her.
風呂？
Wait, so bath? So now that you two are dirty, Lily and Arne, it's time for a bath.
お風呂。口元は拭いたけど、やっぱり気持ち悪いでしょ？
入浴という行為は存じ上げておりますが、我々ニャンコニアの者はお風呂に入りません。
Wait, so you two don't bath?
何引いてんだ。あんな水の張った棺桶の中に入って何が楽しいんだよ。考えただけで鳥肌が立つ。
Well, that sounds pretty scary.
ああ、猫って水嫌いだもんね。習性ってやつ？
So cats are afraid of water, right?
猫じゃねえし、いつも言ってんだろ。あんなのと私たちニャンコティア星人を一緒にすんじゃね
え。Hey, so we're not cats, okay?
自分でニャンコって言ってるのに。
But you know, you're saying nya 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 everywhere.
それは翻訳マシンがこの国の言葉に合わせてだな。
So what kind of language would translate to nya 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 everywhere?
もういい。説明がめんどくせえ。とにかく猫と一緒に住んだ。それだけは覚えとけ。
But just get in your heads, we are not cats.
なんか譲れない一線なんだね。にゃんにゃーにゃんにゃー。にゃんにゃーは一回だけだ。海賊こまいな。
Well, that's usual of Lily.
我々が湯船に浸からないのは習性というよりは文化なのですが、まあこの際いいでしょう。
So you mean that you take showers instead of baths?
シャワーか。あれも気持ち悪いんだよな。水の粒がマシンガンみたいに襲ってきて。うわ、また鳥肌。
Well, it involves water, and water scares me. And it's worse for showers because of the jet blast of water.
水を浴びるのが嫌なのは分かったけど、じゃあ体はどうしてるの？汗はかくわけでしょ？
Yeah, so I'm wondering, so how do they keep themselves clean if they don't bath or take a bath?
ご安心を。ちゃんとこれで適切に処理しておりますので。
Yunie, it's okay. So Yunie-san takes out something from her sleeve.
それってボール？
So what is this?
というよりガチャガチャのカプセルっぽいけど、これがお風呂代わりなの？
ええ、これ一つでお風呂と同じ効果が得られます。
さすが宇宙人のアイテム、謎テクノロジーだね。でもこんなのでどうやって？ちょっと見せて。
So demonstration, please.
あ、勝手に触
Oh wait, you can't touch it. And when Kumiko instantly grabs the ball, it slowly opens in the palm of her hand. And it looks kind of like a time-lapse video of a flower blooming.
何私なんか変なスイッチ押した壊した
Uh-oh. So, is it broken?
起きてしまいましたね。
No. So you turn it on.
ああこんなところで何説明してなんか中からドロドロなのが出てきたんだけど
宇宙年金の一種です。
そっか年金かって年金って何
So what's with this gooey stuff?
待って久美子ちゃんこのドロドロなんだか大きくなってきて
And the green slime expands like a balloon. Okay, so I'm going to skip the next part. So I don't want to show what happens with all this bath capsule. And it's quite inappropriate, and I'm sure it's going to be filled with lots of screams and such. So we'll pick it up after the little green slime part. So hold on for a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and for some reason, that green slime reminds me of To Love Ru. So a running gag in To Love Ru is that the result of most of the incidents ends up with the girls being stripped, and because Rito's in the middle witnessing all this, he gets beaten up for being a pervert. So for the green slime in Corona Blossom, what happened was that while it eats away all the bad things, so germs, dirt, anything toxic, it also eats away the good things, the cloves. And when the green slime spilled all over Kumiko, Shino, and Arne, they were screaming for help, and Lily was like, well, this slime is supposed to be used when you're all undressed like you're going to a bathtub. And it's like, well, just bear with it for 15 minutes because after that, the slime will finish its job and dissipate. But for Shino, Kumiko, and Arne, they're not used to it, and they want this to end now. And for Keiji, he's just sitting there watching him scream, and then Kumiko's like, come on Keiji, do something. Oh, well, it's embarrassing, so don't look at us. And then Yunie mentioned that, well, this slime will wash away if you use warm water on it. And Keiji was going to pour warm water on the girls, but then she was like, well, you can't do it here because it's going to damage the building. So now Keiji's going to bring these girls to somewhere with lots of warm water and wash off that green slime. And it looks like they're going to get an actual bath with water. So let's see what happens. So this is the bathhouse that we've seen in Volume 1. And if you remember, so Shino, Kumiko, and Arne share the same bath, and Arne liked the water so much that Arne was going to melt to metal, and it made Kumiko freak out because I don't want my bath water to be contaminated with Arne metal. And the bath water is actually natural. It's heated from some hot spring up the hill. So anyways, okay, so Katie's like, ow, 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 ow. I am left massaging my sore hip after carrying Arne, Shino, Kumiko, Lily, and Yunie over to the woman's bath one by one. And I'm no weakling, but it was tough work carrying 5 people down from the second floor, bridal style. Wait, so there's no need for me to carry those 2 cat pirates down either, was there? And as Yunie mentioned, Lily hates baths, so we practically had to force her down there. It's like, well, I think it's better if you get an actual bath with water instead of that slimy chemical or that slimy organism. Yunie was the last one left, or Yunie-san, and she suddenly asked if she was the only one being left out, so in response to her baffling request, I had no choice but to carry her down too. Yeah, I feel like maybe it is extra labor carrying those final two. Well, maybe I'll go have a bath too, on the men's side. Okay, so how does Lily feel now? Huh?
まだいたのかよ。
I think she's still upset. Hey you, so why are you running away? It wasn't much, but you get some slime on you too, didn't you?
湯に沈められるぐらいなら年金にまみれたままの方がマシだっての。
Well, she's used to it because she's used it many times before. But it's so gooey and it dissolves all your clothes. So, taking a bath, seriously any worse than that?
あいつら変なところに入ったらくすぐったくてよだれ垂らして白目向きそうになるけど風呂よりはマシだ。
Well, it sounds like the product has some pretty severe defects. It's enough to make you drool, so there's more problems to it. And unfortunately, so in To Love Ru, if the girls have their clothes stripped, there's always Peke, so Lala's robot pet, or the friend who can help repair all those damaged clothes. But there's no Peke in Colonel Blossom. So here's a little snapshot. I know I have black over it, but that was what happened earlier.
見ないで、ケイ君。こんなの私じゃ。違うの。違うの。そこ、そんなとこばっかり。ダメ。弱点。ダメ。ラーメン。
Well, I would have liked to see that.
何気持ち悪い顔してんだあんた。
So I want to see how Lily reacts to that really invasive green slime cleaning her up. Well, it's nothing. Nope. Okay, so I'll keep it a secret.
まあいいや。じゃあそういうことで。
No. So you're still dirty. So you need to have a bath. So you'll go to the real water bath.
リリちゃん出てったでしょ。捕まえて中に戻って。
Okay, so she was like, hey, so Lily's not done with her bath, so you gotta bring her back inside.
やば。
Uh-oh. So you jumped out of bath early, you got dressed, and you're trying to argue. Or you're trying to escape and go back to the second floor. Wait. So he grabs Lily. So he still has enough energy to grab her. I reach out for the fleeing Lily and grab her without a second thought. And we're so close that our noses almost touch. So he remembers that little incident from earlier. So I believe it was episode 2 or 3, or between those, where when he was trying to tackle Lily, he crashed into her and...
捕まえた。じゃあ私たちが連れて行くから刑事は捕まえたまま向こう向いてて。
Well, we'll take care of the rest. Okay.
やめろ。やめるんだ。風呂は嫌や。
So I wonder if Shino and Kumiko are just gonna throw Lily right into the bathtub. It's like, okay, we'll let you have a first-hand experience about what water feels like.
ダメ。みんな一緒に入るんだから。
Oh, so they dress Lily down.
さあ覚悟決めてね。
And then they throw Lily into the water. Okay. And I guess I'll go relax in the tub too. Yeah. So I hope this time Arne didn't melt to metal and scare Kumiko like she did in Volume 1. So it looks like Lily did get her water bath, and I really feel that the slime, it probably doesn't clean right, and if it has all these side effects, that's a very bad alternative. Well, anyways, so one day in the early afternoon, okay, so looks like they're back at the Works workshop working on another Works machine.
はーい、何ですか?
So we're both leaned over, propped up on the legs of a Works. Hey, so can you hand me the hook and also the impact driver if you're not using it?
あいあい、どうぞ。インパクトドライバーはこれ閉めたらしばらく使わないんで、もうちょい待ってくださいね。
Okay. Oh, thanks. So do you have any brilliant ideas about how we can return Arnie to space?
耐久度はあるね、宇宙から来た時点である程度証明済みなんですけどね。やっぱり重さがネックかなと。
Well, that's what I figured.
こうしてロボットいじりができるとはいえ、やっぱり宇宙関係は素人ですからね。
That's true. So we have to consider the aviation law too. Or maybe the physics.
それ、一般家庭のペットボトルロケット遊びの延長なんて扱いにはならないですかね。
Well, okay, so we'd be using combustible fuel for propulsion, so that's out of the question.
ですよね。危険物打ち上げるわけですもんね。所詮素人の朝知恵の域を出ませんよね。
But we can't just turn around and ask people for help sending an extraterrestrial off into space.
奥の手というか、最終手段というか、ある年に危害を加えないでいてくれるという保証もないですしね。あ、インパクトどうぞ。
Oh, thanks. Well, I would like to hear a professional's opinion on this.
やっぱいっそのこと、海賊船に乗せて連れてってもらうのが一番確実じゃないかな。
So I guess it's best to ask Lily and Yunie. You have a point. Well, if they can't get their spaceship flying again, that is. And the pirates have set up a maid cafe on the deck, seeing as the ship's completely down for the count.
そういえば聞いた？あの船の修理費。
So how much does it cost to fix their spaceship? Yeah, I heard. So just calling a mechanic to Earth is astronomically expensive in our terms.
私たちの出張費なんて県をまたいでもたかが知れてるのにね。
So most of the expense comes from traveling, so they have to travel from somewhere far away. Well, it makes me wonder how much Arnie is really worth, if selling her would pay for all that.
それこそ天文学的数字ってやつだね。はあ、これって俗に言う無理ゲーだよね。
And it kind of feels like selling Arnie is like cheating in the game. Well, don't talk about this in front of Arnie, okay?
当たり前じゃん。心配しないで。これでも乙女の心の機微には詳しいので。
Well, I know her better than you because I'm a girl too. Sure, okay. Well, let's stop talking and just concentrate on our work.
ああ。
わかりました。親方に見つかったら厳固ですもんね。
So the boss is Keiji's grandfather, and I'm sure he's kind of strict. Well, that guy fists leave me sore till bedtime, will I tell you. So there was one part in Volume 1 where the grandfather was upset. It's like, well, this is poor quality job that you're doing, and I had to apologize to the customer with this. And it made Keiji feel all upset and depressed for the entire day. So anyways, so I start working my hands, a pained smile on my face. And doing maintenance on a works that's been entrusted to you is an honorable job in itself. And the more you use a mech, the more worn down its parts get, especially the feet as they touch the ground. And since the pilot's life basically depends on the legs functioning properly, you can really never do enough maintenance on them. So it gets the most wear. So I sense a presence behind me, and Kumiko must be watching me again. So sometimes she quietly oversees me while I work. And just like when I watch Gramps study his techniques. Sorry, so can you hand me the impact driver? So I reach my hand, except it's obvious that he's not holding on to an impact driver. The sensation. Okay, so for some reason Yunie is standing behind him.
いきなり積極的ですね。でも嫌いではないです。
And for some reason Yunie is enjoying this. Wait.
刑事、それ確かにインパクトあるけど電動じゃないよ。
Well, you idiot. Well, don't make stupid puns. I'm sorry.
おや、二もみでもうよろしいのですか？お約束で三もみぐらいはするものかと思いましたが。
Hey, no way. So what kind of rule is that?
お客さんが残していく漫画ですが。はて、刑事様の方がお詳しいのでは？
Okay, so manga is a really bad reference to learn about how life works. And for some reason, Yunie is using it. Well, there certainly are manga like that, but still.
というわけで、お約束まで残り一もみやっておきますか。ん？
Hey, no. And can you please not stick your boobs in my face like that? So I wonder if Yunie really wanted to experience what happened in the manga.
先ほどまでの積極性はどこに？ラッキースケベぐらいサクッと受け入れてくださいね。
Hey, so why is this all my fault?
部外者だから深くは追求しないけど、揉まれて平気なの？
So I wonder.
ええ、全く。当然相手にもよりますが、むしろこれぐらいで興味を抱いていただけるのなら安い買い物です。
And now Lily isn't really making, or actually Yunie isn't making sense. Sorry.
だってさ、よかったね、刑事。
Well, she's okay with it, then hey, don't look at me like that. So she's the one who dragged me into this. And this is bad. So the sensation against my palm. Wait, stop. So get together. Okay, so the main question. What brings you here, Yunie-san?
本日の奉仕活動が思ったよりも早く終わったので、何かお手伝いできることはないかと思いまして。
So I'm wondering if I can be useful here. Oh, I appreciate the thought, but so we're good. And if you're finished, you should take a break. So you're going back to the cafe in a bit, right?
ええ、 ここ数日あなた方には世話になり通しですので。
償いじゃなくて恩返しってこと？
ええ、意外と物分かりがいいですね、グミコ。どうやら頭の中にはお好み焼き以外にも詰まってるようですね。
はいはい。まったく、まだエンジンのことで脅したの根に持ってるの？謝ったじゃんか。
私にしてみれば手塩にかけた子供を人質に取られたようなものですので。
いやいや、実際に人質を取ってた海賊が何を言うって話だよね。
So, Yunie-san, so did you build the minion yourself?
いえ、正確には引き継いだという形ですね。もともとあの船はララ様のものですので。
Okay. Oh yeah, so you did tell me that the ship returned on its own.
ええ、ですのでもうかれこれ10年以上面倒を見ています。私は尽くす女なのです。
So is Yunie looking for the spaceship minion or looking for Lala? And for some reason, Yunie wants to cling onto Keiji. Well, I might get it, so can you please stop clinging onto me? I'm covered in oil. Well, I don't think Yunie minds.
気にしません。むしろご褒美です。バッチコイです。
And I hope Kumiko isn't getting angry about this. Wait, Kumiko, save me.
ごめん、ユニ。
何がですか？
Well, damn, she's not going to pull Yunie off of me.
さ、まあ、そんなに大事にしてるものだなんて知らずに、状況が状況だからって脅しちゃって。
And Kumiko just continues the conversation as if nothing is going on.
私もさ、大事にしてるものを壊すって脅されたら、やっぱり傷つくと思うから。
いえ、あの時はああするのが当然だったかと。
わかってる。間違ったことをしたとは思ってない。そこは謝んない。でも、やっぱり傷つけちゃったのは確かだから、そこは謝る。
クミコ。いえ、クミコ。
Okay, so it looks like Yunie's finally pronouncing Kumiko's name correctly.
やっぱりさ、ずっと険悪な空気って嫌だしさ、ゆっくりでいいから許してってよ。
あなた、気持ち悪いですね。
この流れでそんなこと言える？宇宙人怖ー。
気持ち悪いものは気持ち悪いので気持ち悪いと漏れてしまったことは申し訳ないですが、本心です。
わかったから連呼すな。
ですが、自分の中で適当にごまかしてしまえばいいところを馬鹿正直に、そんなまるでうちの船長みたいな融通の利かない馬鹿正直さは親愛に値します。
微妙に褒められてる気がしないんだけど。
Okay. Well, Yunie-san, can you clarify that? So what's all this jargon that you're trying to say?
こちらこそ海賊として大人げない対応でした。
Still leaning close to me, Yunie-san bows her head, and she's more childlike than I thought.
じゃあ、これにて一件落着、完全手打ちってことでいい？
Okay, so we're friends.
そういう流れかと。
Okay, deal.
いやー、やっぱりちゃんと確認取っておかないとキリが悪いというか。
でしたら、その証に一つよろしいでしょうか。
なんぞ？言ってみ。
今度一緒に入浴することがあれば、背中を流してもらってもいいでしょうか。
そんなんでいいの？
はい。
あ、そういえば前にみんなで入った時、アルネンがシノさんの背中流してるのじーっと見てたね。羨ましかったのかな。
So, you were watching Arne washing Shino's back and you kind of got jealous and you want me to do the same thing to you.
興味深いとは思いました。
Well, I thought it was interesting.
でもアルネンを再現するならそのままおっぱいまで揉まれることになるよ。こんな風に。
Okay. So it looks like Kumiko's turning the tables on Yunie. So Yunie clings on to Keiji and so Kumiko's like, okay, how about I do the same thing to you? Yunie-san?
ほえ？
Wait,
何？
you're screaming.
今の声。そんなに嫌がらなくても、ケイジには普通に揉ませてたじゃん。
それは。
So Yunie tries to hide her chest and shoots me a glance. So wait, so did you plan a comeback against me?
だって同性に触られると胸が減るから。
And it sounds like Yunie based this on some manga that she read.
何それ？
Wait,
この国ではバカバカしいことでしょうが、ニャンコニアの間では普通に信じられていることなんです。
okay, so some weird belief in her homeland. So Nyankonia.
変なんて思ってない。ユニかわいい。よし、いっぱいおっぱいもんじゃる。
Well, that's not true, so I'm gonna go after you.
ちょっとグミコ、近づかないでください。近づいたら許しませんよ。
Wait, Yunie, well, don't use me as a shield.
ほらほら、逃げないで。ちょっとぐらいしぼんでもいいじゃんか。
Well, come over here.
刑事様、この裏地物早くなんとかして。
And the two grapple with each other, and I'm caught in the middle of it all. Okay, enjoy, good luck, from Keiji. And so basically, there are two pairs of boobs jiggling on each side of me, and aren't even touching me, and it feels like neither of them are wearing bras, and it will work hard for the remainder of the day. Thank you very much. Well, this must be heaven, praise the Lord. And I hope Shino's not seeing this, because if she did, she'll be really upset and angry. And I'm sure later that night, Keiji will get the wrath of Shino.
刑事様。
Okay, so past all that, I'm okay.
何が？
Well, so what was I talking about? Okay, alright. Yes, and I mostly met my, nether regions, though I know better to say that, and that was a close one. Well, Kumiko, just cut it out. So, we're in the middle of work.
ああ、そうでした。ついつい。
Yeah, oops, I forgot.
ともかく何もお手伝いすることがないのでしたら戻ります。
Well, I'm sure that would be the best. And I find it amusing that she's still hiding behind my back. Well, this isn't the time to relax though. Wait, Yunie, so I want to ask you something.
3サイズは上から。
And Yunie's still on the jokes. Like, okay, so you want to know my 3 sizes? Well, stop it with all those dumb manga jokes. This is something serious.
アルネのことですね。
Arne?
あれ、なんでわかったの？
ただの推測です。我々に対してあなた方が真剣になることといえばそう多くありませんから。
So those words stung a little, and I'll have to be more careful. So will you hear me out, Yunie-san?
はい。要件をお伺いしましょう。
Okay. And I'll take a break from work to explain the conundrum we've been agonizing over.
申し上げて、現時点ではアルネを宇宙に戻すのは不可能です。
So I wonder why. I figured as much. And her response to my story is extremely logical, just what I had expected. But that doesn't lessen my disappointment. And there's only people we could ask for help. Or they were the only people.
やっぱり船が壊れてるから？
So is it because of your spaceship?
そうですね。アルネを売却して補填しようと考えていましたから。
こういうことを聞くのもなんなんだけど、予備の貯蓄でなんとかなるとか、一人乗りの宇宙船とかがあったり、そういうのないのかな？
資金に関しては余裕があれば副業を営んでおりませんし、一人乗りのシップは前にリリ様が標的の母船にぶつけて突入したまま回収できていません。
So I think when the spaceship arrived on its own back home, it was partially damaged from a mission, and because Lala didn't want to pursue being a pirate anymore, she doesn't care about repairing it. It's like, well, here you go. I'm just gonna dump all this back at the Chamonix clan.
ああ、そうですか。
Well, I gotta hand to you. So infiltrating other spaceships does sound very practical.
本当にすっからかんなんだね。ちょっと無計画なぐらいに。
仕方ありません。この国にローカライズしたのが運の尽きかと。
え、どういうこと？
我々は異性言語の翻訳プログラムを業者から買っているのです。普通一言語はそこまで高くはないのですが。
ああ、日本語ややこしいからその分お金が予想以上にかかっちゃったってことか。
まあ一番の問題はリリ様が金額をきちんと確認せずにポチったのが原因なのですが。
Okay.
ポチったも翻訳されるんだ。確かに無意味に高そうだね。
こちらから助力できることは少なそうです。
Well, don't worry about it. Well, thanks for hearing us out. I appreciate it.
長い目で見れば私たちが戻るまでの資金を調達するまで待つという選択肢もありますが。
そっか。そっちも宇宙には戻ろうとしてるんだもんね。
That's true. That's why Arne gets along with Lily. It's like, well, we share the same dreams and the same goals. So while we're on the subject, how long do you think it's going to take at this rate? A couple of years?
年よりも世紀で数えた方が早いですね。
Wow, that's gonna be really long. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
もちろん救難信号を飛ばしてはいますが、いかんせん辺境の惑星ですので、届くだけで何年かかるか。
So it's light years away.
どちらにしろ気の長い話ってことだね。
Huh? But you've been in contact with some kind of space metal broker, haven't you? So they help you somehow?
後で判明したことですが、そのための通信機能はグミコの放水によって完全に沈黙しました。
Okay, so the tables turn on Kumiko. It's like, well, Kumiko damaged our transmitter, so now even that doesn't work, and it's adding to us being stranded. Okay, so I noticed that this episode is going to get quite long, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. So we'll hear more about how they'll get Arne back into space. So obviously, for Keiji, Kumiko, and Shino, they don't have the money or the skills or the knowledge to be able to build some spaceship that would transport Arne to space, despite Arne being metal and able to handle big impact. And like I said in Volume 1, so if they do contact a space agency for help, it's going to be more like what happened in the E.T. movie. So the scientists become interested in knowing about Arne, and they probably might capture Arne and do surgery to figure out what kind of creature or living thing Arne is. And I'm sure none of them want that to happen. So, as a final note, it was really hard to understand what Yunie was trying to say given her tendency to go to all these jokes, and I feel that she's learning the idea of life from the wrong source, so via manga. And of course manga, it can be filled with all these silly jokes and such, and it seems that Yunie's trying to apply it here. And it's making Keiji feel uncomfortable. But hopefully all of this starts to get better as we go down the episodes. So with that in mind, I'll see you later.